As I said after my reaction to this episode last Saturday, Marks for Effort is amongst my most favorite episodes of Season 8 so far. I wouldn't personally put Marks for Effort higher than Surf and or Turf or School Days, but like I said, it's definitely high up there with the other two. My most favorite thing about this episode is that it has a great sense of unpredictability. That's what brings me to the next subject on this very script that I'm reading as of now. The new character that we were introduced to in this episode, Cozy Glow, is now one of my most favorite characters in MLP. Now, I am not attracted to her. Besides, Fulcon isn't exactly one of my biggest fetishes anyway. And I, of course, still love Twilight and Tempest much more, so there's that. Anyway, what I really do like about Cozy Glow, though, is her personality. Upon my first viewing of this episode, which some of you saw, Cozy Glow at first just felt like another innocent and sensitive young character that the CMC would be helping. And the CMC do help her, but Cozy then does something I was not expecting or suspecting until she actually came clean about what she did with Starlight. Cozy Glow purposely failed her test so that Twilight would think that the CMC were failing at friendship so that they could go to the School of Friendship with her. Cozy Glow liked the CMC so much as her new friends that she wanted to make their dream come true at her own expense.
That's devious.
You're not wrong, Starlight. One of Cozy Glow's unexpected character traits is that she is quite a cunning vixen. If the circumstances that Twilight explained to the CMC were not actually so, then Cozy's plan without a doubt would have probably worked. Seriously, someone needs to give that Philia Celestia a damn medal. Also, this ingenious plan of hers shows another unexpected character trait. All for her newfound friendship with the CMC, Cozy was willing to sacrifice getting an A on her test so that the CMC could be with her more in a place that the young trio wanted to attend so dearly. This other character trait that Cozy has is a surprising level of commitments to the friendships that she makes. One more thing I love about Cozy Glow is her very presence in this episode. Not just for her personality, which I already just talked about, but also for how she provides an extra point of view with the School of Friendship as an attending student rather than somebody trying to get in the school. And this plays into this episode's plot in a very well and interesting way. In summary, as I already stated, Cozy Glow is now one of my most favorite characters in all of MLP. Not for physical attraction, but for her personality and just overall presence in this episode. Now, when it comes to what the CMC were initially trying to accomplish in this episode, I very much understand their motivations for wanting to transfer to the School of Friendship. In fact, I even find this goal of theirs to be very relatable in certain cases. I do have some relatability to the CMC's goal. Let me briefly tell you all a little story in that regard. Back when I was in my second in elementary school, there was a point in that time where there was a substitute teacher that I liked much more than my regular teacher, mainly because she made classes a lot more fun. So at the end of the school year, which was mid-2012, I asked the substitute which school in the city she actually taught at. When she told me which one, I made a promise to myself that I would be in her class at that school by the time the new school year started. And of course, sadly that didn't happen, but at least I tried to make something better in my downfalling life. So that's what I mean by I can relate to the CMC's goal in that case. Though I must say that there is one major difference between us. The CMC really wanted to go to a specific school, and I never liked having to go to any school. As I went on and on about at the end of my reaction to this episode, I really liked the way Starlight got involved in this episode. She was not only the perfect character for Cozy Glow to come clean to, but she also showed just how important the role of a guidance counselor can be. Now here comes some more relatability, followed by yet another one of my school stories. This story takes place in my high school years. During this time, I was going through a lot more unpleasant things in my life. Not just because of school itself, obviously, but also my parents still being divorced, the relentless cyberbullying from the anti-bronies that used to affect me, my suicidal thoughts, the list goes on. While I can't say I exactly got any solutions for my life out of any of the appointments with the guidance counselors, most of the time I did enjoy the conversations I had with them. And they might have been one of the small reasons I made it through my prison years of high school. Guidance counselors can be very good people to vent to in any school if you're not a very social person. So again, I admire how Starlight in this episode showed that a guidance counselor is just as important as a teacher. The only tiny thing that bugged me in this episode is...
The reason the Cutie Mark Crusaders don't go to this school is that they'd make better teachers than students.
Well, why didn't Twilight say that in the first place? I know Twilight was busy and was probably a little bit stressed at the moment, but just those few extra words would have saved the CMC many failed attempts at getting into the school. But to be fair, if this episode actually went in that direction, this unique plot wouldn't have worked and Cozy Glow probably wouldn't have been able to come up with her clever plan. So I only see it as a very tiny flaw. So, I'm not mad at you, hun. I'm just disappointed. One last little thing I liked in this episode is that it did a very good job keeping the continuity of the two previous episodes, The Breakup Breakdown and Moltdown. Sugar Belle made an appearance, and Spike still had his new wings. I know this is an obvious thing, but I just really like it when the series acknowledges that previous episodes did happen. And that moment where Spike with his new wings turned the students into his own personal, non-questioning worshippers was absolutely hilarious. In conclusion, like I said in the beginning of this review, Marks for Effort is one of my most favorite episodes of the season, hooves down. And you know what? If the CMC are now friendship tutors, I definitely hope that means Cozy Glow will make another appearance someday, and maybe pull another unique, unexpected stunt. Out of 10 paws, I certainly give this episode 10. Always remember, this review as a whole is only my opinion. As always, my name is Frostcloud, thank you all for tuning in, and have a wonderful day. Brohuff.
Today we're going to learn about friendship through the ages. Spike, slide 1, please.